Good morning, everyone. In today's video, I'm going to be talking from a place of heart, a place of love, and also through a mum's mindset. I wanted to kind of be open and honest with you guys today about how we've been feeling as a family. Both myself and my husband are feeling very uncertain, very overwhelmed, and both my children are coming from a place of fear, anxiety, and also worry. So there's been various different techniques as a family that we've been using, which we have been putting up here on this platform for many of you as advice and maybe tips that we're using with our families, that we also have these tools to use with ourselves first. As parents, we have that main duty to teach our children life skills, to balance out the schoolwork that we all have. And even sometimes at this point in my household, we found that very overwhelming because of this place of change, because of the kids being used to being at school and then having that homeschooling at home. The first 2 weeks, the incentive was there with my children, and thereafter then started dropping off and they didn't want to do any schoolwork. And this because their environment is completely different at their schools to what it is at home. So in their own little minds, especially my two, if we're at home, why have we got to do that? Why have we still got to do that when we're not at school? So the importance of my message to them is that we still need to learn these special tools of reading and maths and science and all these different projects of being able to get your mindset into school still. This still carries on, the learning still carries on until they're in their early 20s, when they are still learning from us on a daily basis, as well as what they're learning through school, college, and even university. So my daughter, she is 8, soon to be 9 this year. So she'll be going up into year 5 when she goes back. And it seems to be my daughter that has more of the anxiety that is attached from separation of her friends. Also, one positive side that's come of this is that her confidence in some of her learning is a lot better than what she was when she was at school. So when she was at school before, it would be her coming home and being very upset, maybe shouting at me as a mum. But that deeply saddened me at that particular time, because that I could see her going through an element of frustration. So this at home is also what I'm seeing with her, is the frustration. The frustration, like I say, and the anxiety of not being around her friends. The platforms that we've been offering her to be able to have a video link, either from Zoom or many different platforms that there are out there for video calling. She's at the moment is still working up to that point. In her little mind, she's thinking, well, if I'm not with them, I don't feel the same as when I am with them when we're playing at break time. And to see them on the video, it's not the same. As a parent, I've been going through so many different techniques with her, and also reassurance. To have this connection and to still stay connected with your friends is very important. And that what we're going through at the moment is only a moment. Therefore, a lifetime of your connection with your friends will still remain. So there's a reassurance of being able to help her in that point. And also for her, when she feels any children, not just my daughter, any children out there, any of your kids, when she's feeling anxious, we've been using this breath where we go in, out, and you roll up, in, out to the next finger. So you go in, out, in, out, and then the remaining finger in, out. So that's one of the tools that we've been doing together as mother and daughter, to be able to control some of the breath and to be able to slow down some of the anxiety and the thoughts that go racing through their own little minds, as well as us as adults. This works for both. So it's one of the techniques that we've been doing together. And also there is a technique to help her, and especially any other children out there, to use your imagination. So kids are so good at using their imaginations, and I'm sure that we can all relate to on an adult view of remembering when you were a child and how powerful the imagination is. To be able to help them use their imagination when they're feeling unsafe or even uncertain of what's happening, and even anxiety and worry. Get them to imagine, and also through your instructions, of being able to put a glass bubble or put a rainbow bubble around them. Getting them to really use their imaginations to connect into that part of that bubble is a safe bubble. It's a protection bubble. So by doing that, they feel safe straight away. So it's another tip of being able to keep them in that safe bubble, that no one can come in and that you're completely safe. That works. And it also works on an adult perspective as well. If you're feeling a little uncertain or a little bit worried or overwhelmed, just try looking in the mirror and just put a protective bubble around you before going out to the supermarkets or before going out on your walks. Keeping that place of peace and safe and being able to reassure yourself. And that works for the same with the kids. So there is another point of being able to help them use their creative side as well, to have that connection with their friends still. A little tip here of being able to maybe get your children to create something for their friends. Either this could be through a form of using a picture, or even writing them a note. Anything that they can use their creative mind to be able to still give something to their friends, and even be able to drop their present or their gift at their door for them. What a lovely surprise for the children to be able to still give something to their friends through this way. And also this is what we use a lot of in our school work that we do with the children, is to keep them, their mindsets in place, is that I am enough and I am resilient and I believe in myself. To me and my children use these affirmations on a daily basis to be able to get our mindsets into place. Even still, like I've mentioned, if even parents like ours and like everyone that I could relate to out there, we need to have this routine of being able to still connect that, you know, this time is very challenging, yes. Knowing that there's going to be an end point to this and that we're all in it together to ride out together, and reach out if there's any other support that we can give you, or even any questions that you'd like to ask. Please message us. We'd be open to hear anything that you would like us to cover more on, and also come from a place of a parent. Because we are, all of our team, we're all parents, whether we're parents or grandparents, or, you know, we're all family members, that we're all building through these techniques together on a daily basis, and have that connection with somebody on a parent level to talk through how you're feeling. Around where the kids aren't around, so they don't hear and they don't see your worries. Because as parents, we're still allowed to have them. And to work through them, to be open and honest with them as well. That is you as your person. So being able to connect more on a parent level, of connect how you feel. Don't put too much pressure on yourself with the schoolwork of homeschooling. Do what you can. That's one of the most important messages. We're all feeling very overwhelmed with our daily roles and this on top. That this is, we can only make the best of this situation. If there's anything, like I say, anything that anybody has any questions or they'd like any more support with, please drop us a message, and we'll happily come back to you, and also be able to cover some of the points that you're asking us to, and any other the techniques that we can advise to you guys. I'm going to leave this there for you for this week, and like I say, please reach out if there's anything that we can do for you. have a great day and stay safe and keep well.